Well, hello and welcome to the Tewksbury Senior Center's first virtual craft class. My name is Diane Dunleavy. I'm the activities coordinator here at the Tewksbury Senior Center. I'm here in our craft room florist shop with two of our instructors, Celine and Ricky, and they're here for you today to show you how to put together this beautiful light up lantern. Here is a sample of what they will be working on today. There was a sign up for this class. There are 30 participants that had a kit gone home to them. I hope you're all tuned in and ready to go. And this is going to air on the following Fridays at 10 a.m. in case anybody missed it or they would like to view it and learn how to make it themselves. So I'm going to turn the instruction over to Celine and Ricky, and I hope you have fun today learning how to make your very own light up lantern. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies. I wish you were here working with me so we could get together and have a few laughs, but this is going to be fun. It's very easy to do this lantern, so I will show you how you begin. First, I want you to plug in your glue gun so it will be warm. And then second, I'd like you to get all your flowers, your bow, everything laid out so you'll have it all ready just to go to work with. Okay?
Celine, excuse me. And with the glue gun, you want to have something to put it in so that it doesn't burn your table, your work surface.
Okay. That's my right hand, Ricky. And she never gives me a chance to explain everything. She's got to butt right in right away. That's okay. I welcome her help. Okay? So, do you have everything out, laid out? We're going to start working. Just take your time. It's easy to do. If I suggest something to do and you want to do something a different way, go right ahead, be creative. Okay? Okay, first we have our bow. Don't worry about it being crushed or anything because that's going to happen, okay? And we'll fix it later. You're going to take your glue gun. By the way, I hope everybody's glue gun is heated by now. Do you think so, Vicki?
I would think so.
Okay. All right, so we're going to take the glue gun and go, there's a little hole in the top. We're going to go around that. And be very careful because the glue is really hot, okay? Then you're going to take your bow and you're going to go right with the middle of your bow. You have your little pipe cleaner here. And you're going to take that, you're going to place it on the top, and you're going to press it down for a few seconds and hold it, okay? And as you see, it's getting crushed, but don't worry about that, okay? So when you think it's held on there long enough, you just hold it. I know this is boring just to stand here and hold it, but you know. So then we're going to take and we're going to flatten down some of the petals of the bow. And we're going to take a flower. This is a little different than some of the flowers you have. Some of them will be very flat. And if you have the flat flowers, you're just going to go around the edges in the middle and put your glue on, which is steaming, as you can see. Okay? You get enough, please don't touch the glue at any cost. Then you take the flowers and you set them in, and you should be able to hold that by the top of the flowers as I trip. I haven't been drinking this morning. I usually do, but this morning I didn't. So we got the flowers on. See how pretty that looks? Doesn't that look pretty? Then you're going to take your little leaves here, the bow, which I think is beautiful. And you're going to, just fluff them out a little bit here and there to your liking. But hold this a little longer, but stay away from the glue, okay? I hope everybody's glue gun is hot. It really should be because you have the smaller glue guns, which are easier to heat up, okay? And by the way, if anybody has any problems with these, they can call me and I'd be willing to help them, but there's not going to be a problem. You can do this. Okay. How does that look in the front? Look beautiful? Okay. So now that I did all the difficult work, Ricky is going to come in and finish the lantern for you, and I will talk again before we leave, but enjoy. Have fun doing it.
In your kit, you will find some different items. Celine used the large flower in the bow already, but what we also have is what we call some filler. And you might have purple, you might have white, yellow. They're all different colors in the bags. And then you also receive some of these beads. Your beads are already cut and prepared for you, but this is how you would buy them at the craft store, and then you just pull off what you need. And we'll be using these in a few seconds. The other thing is you also receive some smaller flowers, and that's what we're going to work with now. Again, they're all different colors. What we like to do is put flowers on the opposite sides. One would go here, and the other will be glued here. So right now, the other thing I want to go over is we cut a lot of the stems for you to make it easier. But if you want to cut something, you might have cutters at home, or you might even have a scissors. If you have a scissors, you're going to have to play with it a little bit, but it will cut sooner or later. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the flower, place it where you'd like it, and we're going to go under the bow. And the reason we're going under the bow is so that we can hide the stem.
Ricky, you can also, excuse me, but just, they can bend those too if they don't want to cut them.
Oh yes, you could bend them in half instead of cutting them if you don't have a clipper or a strong scissors. So what I'm going to do is find a spot and then glue underneath. And again, watch the glue. It is very hot. Try to keep your fingers away from it. As you can see, it's steaming on camera here. And there you go. Now we're just going to do the opposite side. And again, I'm going to put glue on the top. And we're going to put this here. And I'm going to hold it for a second. And then I'm going to bend this. I prefer that it come down a little bit, so you just bend your flower down. No need to fuss. And it's already glued. They're already on. It's a small amount of glue, and they hold very well. Okay, now I'm going to use some filler. These filler pieces, yours might look a little different. They're not all the same. Some of them could be long stems like this. Excuse me, some of them would be like this. There's a few different types in the bags. And now what we're going to do is we want some of it to come down. We don't want everything just stuck on glued on the top. So what I'm going to do is again go under my bow. If you want it a little longer, you could put some glue way up here underneath, and then we can just tack that on. I'm going to go under the bow again. You did receive glue sticks. If you need more, you shouldn't really need more. The amount of glue that we're, okay, that one's a big one. There we go. Okay, the amount of glue that you use on this craft, you really should have plenty of your sticks there. Again, I'm going to use the bow to touch the glue area. I'm not going to touch it with my fingers. Once that's glued, then I can bend it and move it a little bit to where I might want it. And as you can see, I'm having a little problem with the glue right there. It's not hardened yet. Just wait a second and it will, and then I can come back and move it once it's hardened. Now you do your other side. This side, I think I might like a couple. So what I'm going to do is put this in, see how much of the end I want left. I might cut a little bit of it, and it cuts that easy. The glue gun, again, put a little piece of glue, little dab I should say. And that'll come down here, excuse me. And that should be just about ready. Sometimes it does take a second or two. All right, you might find strings from the glue. You can remove that later. Now this side, I think it just needs a little touch. And instead of doing the same length or opposite, you might want it here. I might like it here. It doesn't matter. It's your piece. You do what you like, what your eye likes. There's also, as you can see, there's a leaf here. It might be easier for you to take this, put a little glue on the back of the leaf, and then put your piece. You can do that too. Again, hold it, do not touch the glue. And that should stick in about a half a second. Okay, I'm going to let that sit. Now I also have some beads that I showed you we pulled apart. These here again, what you might want to do is see where you'd like them. You might want the couple in the bow. I think they look rather pretty in the bow. It dresses it up a bit. So what you're going to do here is I'm going to take the glue gun and go in the bow, just a dab. These pieces are very light. You could just fold the end if it's too long. Put it in. Again, don't touch the glue. And once it dries, we can bend it and move it a little bit. And then we're going to do this side. Celine, you're quiet today.
I don't dare say anything.
We want to say hello to all the girls. We miss seeing you at the center. We can't wait for everyone to come back. We really enjoy the craft classes. We enjoy the company. It's been lonely here putting kits together. We maintained all the rules of the quarantine, wearing masks, gloves, packaging the bags for you. And we're anxious for you to get your lanterns made.
I did want to say something to Peggy and Maureen, though. Is just be careful how much glue you use now. We know you girls really like to squirt that gun. And Joanne must be home talking to herself because she doesn't have anybody to talk to. When she's here, she practically runs the class.
There you go. Now I'm going to do this side a little bit. I'd like another, here, let me get this on a camera shot. I would like another one of these here. And I'm going to put a little dab on the ribbon or even a flower petal. You can do it whatever way you want, where you want it. And then you can just bend them a little bit. How's that looking, Celine?
Beautiful.
Should we add more beads?
That's entirely up to you.
Well, here I think I have a little bit of a bare spot, so I would like to add just a little color. So now I'm going to go again in the bow or under the bow. I'm going to turn the edge only so it gives me a little more surface for the glue.
I just want to mention something, if you don't mind. When you're doing these at home yourself, it's very important to have a very, very fluffy bow, because that's what really makes the whole thing, you know. I know a lot of it is covered up by flowers and everything, but they really hold, the bow holds them nicely.
And there will be a class down the road at the senior center once they're opened about making bows. I know a lot of you have asked us about that. And then you're going to see strings from the glue. They come off easily. Well, almost easily. Okay, so how's that coming along? Now, as Celine said, you want fluffy bows. You can play with the loops, spread them out, flatten them. It's your lantern, your taste. But I am looking at this and it looks sort of sad, so I'm going to add something here. Now I don't know if I want that or a bead. So I'm going to try both. There's no right or wrong. It's what you like. It's your eye. Okay. We'll try again. Okay, now I'm going to see if I have some surface. I do. I'm going under the bow, or I can even go inside one of the loops. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to touch that with one of the loops, not my fingers. When that dries, I am going to bend it and move it a bit. Okay. All right, and your lantern should resemble something like this, although you all have different colors, different color ribbon, different flowers, different filler. Really, that's it for the class. This is another one that was made. So some of you had a flat flower, and Celine had mentioned that. On the back of this flower, you take your glue gun and go in a circle and then just put it on top. And you can hold the middle of the flower, and that would let it adhere to the bow.
So here is their beautiful finished product. You might be still working on yours a little bit, tweaking it how you like it, but this is Ricky and Celine's finished product. We really spoiled those of you that got the kit because we included the batteries also. And when you're done, you can light up your beautiful lantern and use that in your home wherever you like, or give it as a gift. We hope that you really enjoyed putting together your project, receiving it, having something fun to do at home while people are still kind of stuck at home. I'd like to thank Celine and Ricky for making themselves available to do this for you. And watch for us. You can follow us on Facebook and in our newsletter and in the Town Crier calendar section. We'll be doing more remote programming through the Senior Center, and we'll be doing another craft class that Celine and Ricky are planning next month. So stay tuned for further details. Ladies, is there anything else that you'd like to say?
No, I just would like to say, if Ricky wants to turn it, no matter where you put this, there's decorations on all of it.
It looks great from every side.
Yeah.
So if you're putting it on a table, no matter where someone were sitting, it looks beautiful. Very pretty.
Thank you.
Nice job, ladies.
Wow.
Well done. Catch you next time.
Toodle.
Thank you.